Hello and welcome back to the Studio Block server. My name is Weird and Bearded and we are into the final week of the build challenge. As I speak to you now, there is just 5 days left. 4 days. 4 days left. Oh, only 4 days left. And I still have a fair amount to do. So, we have our entrance area leading into the chest. Let's skip over to the first thing I need to get done. Now, one of my tasks today is at the pirate ship. We've got 3 floors and also the main deck still unfinished. So we've got that floor. I suppose up here as well is unfinished. The main deck is unfinished. The front bit also, sort of this section with the captain's office. All of that I need to decorate. That's probably one of the bigger jobs and the one I'm least confident in. But we'll see what we end up with. Next we have the church, which is looking great on the outside, but on the inside, so it's a bit barren. We can still get some pews in. I want to have the buried treasure here because, of course, this is a buried treasure build. We're all inside a giant buried treasure chest, but I think it would be cool to have some other buried treasure around here. And finally, the area at the back is, well, just a bit naff. So I need to add something back here because somebody's bound to come round and complain about it. So let's put something in here. I don't know what yet. That is the plan for today. So where are we going to start? Well, the only way to decide that is with a board and a spinny thing. So let's spin the spinny thing. Where's it going to stop? Nobody knows. Well, I know because I'm editing the video, so I've already used a random number generator to figure out where it's going to stop. But apart from that, nobody knows. Isn't this exciting? Oh my god, it stopped on the ship. Well, I should figure out what I'm doing with the ship. Yeah. I'm going to figure out what I'm doing with the ship now. I'll be honest with you all. This has been a struggle. I have been wandering around the ship for a good 20 minutes now, trying to figure out what to do. And often with these things, it's just that starting block that makes you stumble. Once you get going, things tend to be a bit easier. So you just need that one idea. So I started looking around. Not on the internet. I looked downstairs. Because downstairs, I've got a model of Sir Grenville's Revenge, which was made by my granddad about 80 years ago. So I started looking at that for inspiration, and something I noticed, I don't know why I'm coming up here, I just am. Something I noticed was that they had a little boat in the middle that they could use, presumably, to easily get to shore in places. So I figured, let's start there. So I'm going to not just do one boat, because why have just one? Let's do maybe 4 boats. So one here, and then we can have them around here as well. We don't want them to just be regular boats like we have down here, because, you know, these boats are going to be for more than 2 people. So I'm going to get some wood, come up with a design for a boat, and I think we'll have one boat up there, or maybe more than one boat up there, but have the others docked up. I think that could look quite nice. So I'm going to get some wood, I'm going to figure out a design, and then hopefully after that things will come a bit easier. But let's get this thing started. I may have got a little carried away there. Let's see what I've done. So we have our simple little boat design, but there's room for several people to be sat here. rowing away. I'm quite happy with this boat. It's simple, it works, and it sits below the waterline. My first pass, I realised afterwards that it really wasn't going to look like it was floating, at least not properly. And then we have another boat over here. I decided to have two boats out, two boats on the ship. We also have an anchor, which we'll come back to the anchor in a bit. We'll talk about this lantern later. I got rid of the torches, but it's still not bright enough. But I have a plan. So then up here we have more boats, and then I've got these logs at the side, partially so people can jump up onto the boats. We can get rid of the crafting table. We don't need that. But also, lore-wise, they are there to hold the boats steady. So it's something to tie the boats to when they're on the ship. So I'm happy with those. If we head towards the front of the ship, I have used chiseling bits for the first time, and I've used it to get a little wheel that they can spin to pull the anchor up. I'm really happy with it. I think it's worked really nicely. I didn't want to go too detailed. I still wanted to keep the Minecraft feel. So I think that's a nice use of chiseling bits. And then if you look over the side, if we jump into the water, we'll see the anchor dug into the ground, holding the ship still. Obviously it's straight down. Normally there'll be a bit of flex to it, but we can't do that with chains in Minecraft. So, you know, we're gonna stick with what we got. So underneath that part of the ship, because again, I got a bit carried away, I have converted this from the captain's office to just some more cannonball storage. Nice and simple. Because I did a little bit of research, and apparently the captain would normally be at the back. So we go up here. I've put in some shelving in case people want to put anything up there. I've kept it blank so that people can decorate this place how they wish if they want to do any filming in here. And then we have a nice little captain's office. Then on the floor above, another dining area, but for fancier dining. Oh, that's something I was going to do. I'm going to add some white carpet to the middle of the table. Not going to the edge, just along the middle. I think that would give a nice fancy feel to it. And then up here we have our steering wheel, but apart from that, I thought I'd leave this area clear. So that, apart from those white carpets, is the ship complete. However, I was thinking there is more to do around here because there's also the water, which currently looks pretty lifeless. So we got some bone meal, so I can get some greenery down here, which, yeah, I'm not going to do all of that on camera, but that will get us started. And I've got some acacia-y things to make some life buoys. Partially just for a bit of extra decoration, but also, if I put one near the gangplank, that should get this little bit lit up. And then there's the 5 mystery shulkers. You'll find out what's in those when we come back. The area around the ship is now, I think, complete. I mean, there's certainly more work you can do on it. There's always more work you can do. But for the build challenge, I am happy to say that this is done. The bone mealing has gone well. I have built the buoys. I quite like them. And they light this area up. But what was in those 5 shulker boxes? Well, somewhere around here. Where are they? Oh, there's some. I had 134 buckets of tropical fish and 1 bucket of cod. So somewhere around here there's a cod and then 134 tropical fish. You know, just to give the place a bit more life. So the question is, what's next? I think it's time for another spinny thing. And what will the spinny thing choose this time? Let's spin it! Oh, okay. Back of the church. We're doing the back of the church. I'll spend some time thinking about this area, and I have a plan. It is a simple plan. It is a fun plan. And it starts off with leaves. we're going to put down some bushes so we can keep the area lit without needing torches. So that is going to be a simple case. Break the torch, replace it with the light, and then we'll just build up sort of a little bush around it. Nice and simple, doesn't need to be particularly much. I'm going to do that. It's all the places where there are torches. I should have enough lights for it. 1, 2. We'll do it near the torch. Yeah, there's not many torches around here, so that'll be fine. And then we're going to have a little Easter egg for anybody who wants to look for it. So you're not going to notice anything, but you think about what this place is. Maybe you go on a little hunt. But for now, simple bushes. I'm going to get that done. The bushes are in. The Easter eggs are in place. There is a sign over there. There is a sign over there. But you do not get to see those signs. Well, you get to see them. You don't get to see what's on them. We're going to walk straight past. We're not going to look back. Because for the last one, we don't need a spinny thing. Because there is only one more thing left to do. So the spinny thing won't even need to spin. All that's left is the church. The interior of the church. Which is the one I actually have most of the plan for. So this should be pretty quick. There's 2 things I want to do. First of all, I want to get in some pews. Probably spruce actually. So then we can have them in line with these. Ooh. What's my spacing between pillars? Will this work? Pew, gap, pew, gap, pew, gap, pew, gap, pew. Excellent. Always got to do the pew gap. So we'll have pews from the back line of columns all the way to the front, just along the 2 side bits, so we can keep this middle section free and the outer sections free. And we'll probably go up to here. And then around here, we're going to have some actual buried treasure. Finally. I love the fact that the last thing I'm putting into my buried treasure build is the actual buried treasure. So I'm going to figure out how many stairs I need. I'll have signs on the ends of the non-column pews. The columnless pews. So I'll figure out how many stairs and signs I need. I'm going to get all that in place. And then the build is nearly complete. It's amazing how much difference some stairs makes. All of a sudden, this building feels like it has a purpose. So all that's left to do is make a hole around here. Gonna make it kind of jagged. Dig down a little way. Probably put some sand down. And then we've got to find some buried treasure because we're going to make this legit. As I said, I want some legitimate buried treasure. And I was curious, because we've got to get to a shipwreck. Can we spot a shipwreck on the map? Because this area is unexplored except for me. And as I zoomed in, I noticed that looks remarkably shipwrecky. So we're going to set a temporary waypoint. It is over in that direction, not too far away. So we shall see if we can find shipwrecks via maps. It really looks like a shipwreck. Hopefully it's a complete shipwreck and we get a map from it, because you only get the map from a certain chest in the shipwreck. I can't remember if it's front or back. Or middle. Not middle. I don't think it's middle. But let's have a little look. And yeah, we'll see what the treasure is. Hopefully we get treasure with diamonds in it. I would really like treasure with some diamonds. I think that could look good. So we've got a full boat. Oh, we've got a boat made of different materials. That's always fun. We have a treasure map, which we are remarkably close to. So I want to be really careful about this. I want to preserve the treasure as much as I can. You'll see what I mean when we get there. So it's going to be around here. I don't really care about tearing up the sand to get to it. That's not a problem for me. So somewhere around here. we should find a treasure chest. Oh, perfect. Lovely. So, here's what we're gonna do. We'll move our enter chest to an empty spot. It does have diamonds in. And then I'm going to put things into my inventory. So I should check my bubbles. Exactly where they are in the chest. And then, for added unnecessary authenticity, we're going to take this treasure chest with us. And let's make our way back to the chest. That could not have gone better. I managed to find a shipwreck. It had a treasure map in it. The treasure map was really close. And it contained diamonds, which is what I was looking for. And they're not guaranteed in every treasure chest. I'm really happy with that. It feels like I planned it. I did not. I just hoped. And sometimes your hopes come true. So let's go get this chest in. Then the build's going to be complete. Oh my goodness, the build's going to be complete. And I flew through that without hurting myself. That never happens. Everything's coming up, Wab. So at the end here, we have dug a hole. I put some cracks into the ground where people have been going through the floor. And then we're going to have our buried treasure chest. Let's fill this thing back up. Not just to replicate what you would find in a buried treasure chest, but to actually be a buried treasure chest. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our build complete. Oh my god, the build's complete. I'm astonished. So, yeah, there are bits we can fix. The coral reef still looks bad. The back of the boat doesn't look great, but the build itself is complete. We have our giant treasure chest full of a town, a ship, a sea, actual treasure, Easter egg. I'm really happy. We've got our little oasis back here. We'll do a full tour next week when we do a full tour of everybody else's builds. But for now, if you like the episode, give the video a like. If you like this project, give the video a like. Leave any comments. Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you haven't already. My name is Weird and Bearded, and I will see you all next time.